Hello and welcome to the ResumeCast of Randall Harrington. In the next few minutes we're going to show you just some of the work of Randall Harrington at KUTV Channel 2 in Salt Lake City. Tonight we'll show you when Randall interviewed Michael Jordan. He was also there for Karl Malone's first ever triple-double. And we'll show you his Spanish report for Telemundo. All this and more on tonight's edition of the Randall Harrington ResumeCast.
You're watching KUTV 2 News at 10.
We're good on batteries. Hey, Mike.
Most people have this written down, you don't question them.
Getting my lumps in right now.
What's wrong with the Jazz and what's wrong with Karl Malone? Well, one of these days I show him what's wrong with Karl Malone.
Which might be what?
So what?
Which might be what?
It's not important.
Good evening, everyone. Let's get right to our top story. After starting out as an intern during Christmas of 1994, Randall was promoted to a sports producer that summer. All of this set the stage for his interview with Michael Jordan during his first visit to Salt Lake City after retiring from baseball. When the Chicago Bulls come to town, only one name comes to mind.
We're good on batteries.
Michael Jordan gets the attention not only from the fans, but from the media as well.
What does Karl Malone bring to the matchup that you have to have tonight?
He's going to get fouled a lot. I mean, he goes to hold very strong. I mean, he and Stockton, probably the best 1-2 combination in the game.
The Utah Jazz and Chicago Bulls have also combined for some memorable games. Everybody remembers the last time MJ was in Salt Lake.
Sometimes you get caught up in the emotions, as I did that year, and I paid the consequences, but I anticipate it's going to be just the same competition.
Some people think the competitiveness of these two teams might lead to a matchup in the NBA Finals.
Well, a lot of things are speculated right now. I mean, I would love for that to happen. I'm pretty sure Utah would love for that to happen, but a lot of things are speculation. It's a long season.
And for the Jazz, they are faced with the impossible.
How do you stop a guy like that?
Well, you don't worry about stopping him. You worry about controlling the whole team. I mean, he's one of those guys that if he gets 40 or 50, hey, he gets 40 or 50.
He's a difficult player to stop. I don't think anybody's stopped him yet in the years he's played.
All the games are important, but I think this is more important for one in Chicago and two, get a chance to see Michael play up close and personal. I've been watching him on TV and so forth, but now I get a chance to see him up close and hopefully play against him.
Gets a chance to see you too.
Exactly, so
The Bulls went on to win that game, and our Randall Harrington was in the locker room afterwards.
I think I'm in rhythm with my body. Mentally, physically, I think I'm on the same page. I think when I came back last year, mentally I felt great. Physically, I didn't feel I couldn't do what my mind thought I could do, but I could see that little gap. And mentally, I knew I could get there, but physically, I couldn't get there. I'm back on stride again, and I feel very confident about my game. And I think the team's kind of adjusted to the team. The team has adjusted to me, and I think that's one of the reasons that we've been successful thus far.
And another reason is the ability of that man to take over a game.
Right side to Scottie Pippen, now low to Jordan. Michael goes baseline right. He's there, pushing in. Michael Jordan.
I hate to talk about Michael Jordan, something like 17 points the last 4 minutes. You did a pretty good job on him up until then.
Well, that's Michael Jordan. That's what he's always done. That's not any surprise. He's the kind of guy. We wanted to try to give as much help as we could, but they had guys on the floor that can shoot the ball with him. I mean, he's going to take some shots, but he's a very difficult guy to guard. He always has been and probably will until he walks off the floor again.
During a successful career, the one thing that had eluded Karl Malone was a triple-double, or more specifically, double figures in 3 categories, typically points, rebounds, and assists. Our Randall Harrington was there when it finally happened.
We'll do that, but we can't always rely on him to bail us out. Everybody's got to be involved. We didn't even set any screens hardly.
A little luck, No. He played a great game. He deserves it.
And I told him, he didn't realize it, and I told him, why would timeout, I congratulated him. He said, what for? That's how. And then when we were going back out to play again, I said, you got your triple-double. He said, really? I said, yeah.
So you were the one that let him know first?
Yeah. I feel privileged.
Finally, before we leave you tonight, Randall Harrington spent the last 2 years in beautiful southern Spain, where he learned to speak Spanish fluently. He now reports for the Spanish television station Telemundo in Salt Lake City. The following was written, edited, and shot by Randall Harrington, originally in Spanish.
Okay. ¿Cómo se dice brother? Okay. Hermano.
Estos niños están jugando Jeopardy en español. Ellos son parte del programa educativo que enseña idiomas extranjeros a niños americanos. Ellos están abatiendo la imagen que tienen los norteamericanos en cuanto a la cultura y el idioma de otros países.
Muchas veces dicen que los norteamericanos no tienen interés de aprender otros idiomas y que nosotros queremos nomás saber de nuestra propia cultura, pero les da la oportunidad cuando son más jóvenes a aprender los idiomas y las culturas de otros países.
¿Cómo se dice sister?
Hermana.
Hay 3 idiomas que se ofrecen: alemán, francés y español. Salt Lake es el único distrito que da clases en otros idiomas a niños de colegio, y más de aprender, las clases están para introducir a los niños a otras culturas.
Van a aprender muchas palabras, un vocabulario bastante amplio, pero no tanto las habilidades comunicativas. Pero aprenden también mucho de la cultura y aumentar su conocimiento del mundo donde viven.
Desde Salt Lake City para Telemundo les informo Randall Harrington. Well, that will do it for this edition of the Randall Harrington Resume Cast. For more information on this Resume Cast and other happenings, please email randall@justdon'tquit.com. Good night, everybody.